Here today on 1356 Collins Road in Vanleer, Tennessee. Just to get you oriented, there's a two-lane road down here. This is where the S turn is. Goes around this on the other side of this tree stand, about 40 yards on the other side. There's a utility pole that cuts across the front of this property. It's a neighbor property with a fence line that goes all the way down. It's about 14-acre property. What I'm going to do here today is start here, sending this telephone pole, go in here about 210 feet, cut it straight down, and I'm going to cut out 1 acre block. I'm going to clear cut it down to about the truck, which is about 200 feet, 210 feet, and cut in that way. I'm going to clear cut this 1 acre. When I'm finished with that, I'm going to go around into the woods about 30 yards and thin it, leave the good trees around the clearing all the way around. On this side, that has the road frontage. On the other side of this, to keep the privacy, I'm just going to go in here, starting up in here, and go back maybe about halfway to the road, about 20 yards or so, leaving some privacy trees along the fence. And I'm just gonna thin this area all the way down about to where this, well, probably all the way down to the truck. And so this will be thinned out, just leaving the nice mature trees, mostly cedars in here, and still leaving the privacy along the road. We got the Bobcat T770 with the Forestry Mulcher on it and ready to get busy. Steve, so I just got finished with this, with your job. Here's the power line pole that was original. I went down cut about a 200 by 200 opening for you. It's about 1 acre. Everything turned out great. This was a line of cedars that I cut down. I left some nice mature ones that are well shaped and everything. I cut this back about 50 to 75 feet inside of this and just thinned it out. So it looks good. Still lots of privacy for this neighbor up here. You can't see the house. Here's a telephone pole for reference. Here's the other side of the pole. I cut this back about halfway to the road. So there's still privacy along this. So it went back about 50 to 75 feet. And I just left the good cedars that were growing. And I cut this tree line on this side back parallel with this power line to a point. And I squared it off. I left privacy trees down there blocking that house, so you can't see that house. And just lined it up on this side and thinned back on this side too, but I left some cedars in there. So when the house is placed here, you still can't see that house over there. One thing I did do, we talked about a trail going down there, and I'll walk you down there just to let you know. This is the material that's left. It's just mulch. So over the year, over the season, over the summer or whatever, well, anyway, within the next year, 90% of this will just decay back into the soil. But sometime over the summer, this will start growing back with grasses and weeds and stuff like that. So if your property isn't sold by then, I just recommend having somebody bush hog it. What I did down on this end was I came back here. I was going to thin this. This is where there were trees, those kind of white sapling trees. But this kind of dropped off right behind these cedars. So I just kind of clear cut all those smaller sapling trees out of here and left a line of cedars right before it drops off into, it's just like a drainage stream. But on this side, instead of just cutting a trail back here, this was all those sapling trees, so they were pretty easy to cut. So I just cleared it all the way back down to this tree line, and that's where the fence is. And I thought for visually, whoever buys a property from you will have easy access to this. They'll be able to see the stream down in here along this fence and see the back side of the property. So I think this turned out pretty good. And when I got down to the fence, I did about a 10-foot swath along the fence as far as I can go to where there was a gully because of the drainage. On this side, again, I did about 10-foot swath up to a corner, and there was a fence. So I followed the fence up again with a 10-foot swath, and up about in here, I connected this opening back to the fence. So anybody looking at your property buyers like to get in here and walk around a little bit. So they'll at least be able to see some of your boundaries, see some fence, walk along the fence. You can see the whole back side of your property once you're down by this fence, so it looks good. I left a couple of these bigger trees just because they were healthy and they look good. But nice big building site for a house here. So definitely has a lot better curb appeal. A buyer can get in here and walk around, and I think they'll be happy with it. And I think you'll be happy with it too. But good luck with your property, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.